Africa TV, Prigo Studio Live 2020 GSL Season 3 Korea's Last Stand.
What's up, everyone? We're now in the round of 16 of Season 3 of the GSL Codes. And today we have a champion of this year playing.
Yes,
as well as a caster.
It's one of
is it? Who is it? Which one of us is it? I don't know. No, of course I'm talking about TY today. Probably the favorite to get out. He's been crushing it.
Yeah, no, he's one of the best players in the world. There's no question about that. He's been playing well. I think last season he was a little bit weaker than the season before, obviously, since he won Season 1. But he's still looking good. Excited to see how he's going to do throughout the rest of the tournament. Like, I look at this group, and it seems like he should get out. But it's tricky still. I mean, these are strong players.
There's a lot of players that have not been as successful in the past but are looking really strong right now. And it's important that we acknowledge that as important as the past is, the way these guys are looking at how strong their play is, there definitely could be some upsets, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think so. You know, Armani is still up and coming. I think that Dream is quietly very underrated, a very strong player.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's Zoun. I mean, his play was so exciting in that last round, and he's such a new, fresh face to Protoss. He's kind of gaining a little bit of a cult following right now.
Yeah, well, he's bringing in a very different style of Protoss. He's got a lot of his own mark and his own approach to the matchups, which is really exciting to see. You know, Protoss it's always been a race where there's a lot of tricks and quirky things that you can do. And Zoun is no exception. I'm much more excited to have somebody like him playing versus somebody who just looked like a weaker version of Zest or something like that.
100%.
We had our schedule thrown up on screen, but I was still talking about Zoun.
That schedule is hilarious because it was the schedule from last time. So it said that today was the 16th, and we'll be having group nomination after the show.
Oh, it's the old graphic? All right, well, good thing we moved past that.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we have...
No, I want to echo what you said, though. It's more exciting to have someone that original rather than Zest Jr.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just some worse iteration of a Protoss style that is old and did work and doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm very looking forward to what kind of game Zoun is going to have today. I'm honestly most interested out of him, out of the other players that we have. Group B, C, and D, you can see here, all fantastic groups. We're going to have a cast on Saturday, and then we have a little bit of time off for Korean Thanksgiving. But first, a video.
지난 시즌에 조정은 선수가 인터뷰를 할 때 전태양은 한국 테란 4등이다, 5등이다 이런. 태양 형이 4등이라 생각했는데 지금은 생각이 좀 많이 바뀌었어요. 한 6등?
근데 A조가 행복조니까 거기도 좋은 것 같아요.
B조도 좀 생각하고 있었거든요. 근데 미리 얘기한 것도 있고 흘러가는 거 보니까 그냥 A조에서 뽑아줬으면 좋겠습니다.
That is the most ridiculous video we've ever had for group nomination. The fact that it's like the group of happiness is on fire. I'm like, no. What? Is that what we're calling this, the group of happiness? It's like Dream trash talking TY, and for some reason Zoun thinks the group looks happy, and Armani's like, yeah, I don't know, I'll play in it, that's fine.
We weren't even sure how to spin that group here, apparently.
It's a funny one.
So, look, I mean, TY is the Goliath player in this group. The other three are runs compared to him, especially in accomplishments. You know, TY, I think, is getting to the point where he is so cool and calm under pressure. I think the casting's actually made him even better, and it's also forced him to focus on the game in a different way. And he did what never has happened before. He casted an entire tournament and then won it. Again, an anime protagonist.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting to watch him continue onwards. Like, I want him to win more championships, to be honest. He's like, he plays the type of StarCraft I subscribe to personally. He's so smart, just a brilliant player in the way that he approaches the game.
Yeah, he
not the best macro, not the best micro, But the best brain.
He has the best mapping of the matchups a lot of times.
Yeah.
Now here's Dream, somebody who is really looking for TY's spot here. It's easy to be overshadowed by amazing Korean Terrans. And Dream is just out of the range of, the Terrans that are worshipped.
Yeah.
That are studied, that are celebrated.
For sure.
But Dream looks really, really good. And I love that the new players, or newer players, I should say, this season, the ones that are the rookies compared to the other people in GSL, are coming in with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it's nice. Isn't it?
That's needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a player show up and they're kind of freaking out and they're shaky and they're, and they get flushed out pretty quickly. But I kind of like the confidence coming here from Dream. But he's up against the best in the business, TY. Anyways, we're going to go to Pillars of Gold for Game 1, Eternal Empire for Game 2, and if we have a Game 3, Death Aura. And that game's ready, so let's go.
영광의 전투가 펼쳐진다. GSL을 위하여. 전투 지원이 들어왔다. 함께일 때 우리는 더욱 강하다. 아프리카 프린스 TY 전태일. 브레이브스타 게임 드림 조종력.
Okay, so really happy that
Just like the
GSL round
group?
of 16. Yeah, just like the
Just
group.
like the group. Is that how happy you are?
It is the happy group now
Yeah.
that I think about it, because we're back into GSL. But like you said, of course, Korean Chuseok is coming up. It's like Korean Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Most important holiday of the year. And that means that next week we don't have anything. Basically, we have this cast today, and we have Saturday. There will be no GSL or ASL for like 8 days, I think it is. 8 days?
I believe you're correct.
It might be
I
9,
actually have to check the schedule myself, but we were not going to have as much time off, but the companies decided to give everybody a little bit more time off, which is very cool of them.
Yeah,
So,
it's nice.
so we're going to have a little bit of downtime. Those of you who are probably going to tweet at us, why are we celebrating Thanksgiving now? That's because it is Thanksgiving now in Korea, not to be confused with the Thanksgiving that you might celebrate in your own country. These questions do come, so we're just going to put the
Most of the American viewers are
yes,
the
ones
asking.
who are like, why are you celebrating our Thanksgiving now? I'm like, no.
This is
You are.
we just call it's called Chuseok. It's not.
Yes.
It's not truly. It's not. Yeah. Anyways.
just to
Yeah.
save some people the tweets that we're gonna get. So we're gonna have a little bit of time off, and then we'll be right back into the stride of GSL.
Yeah,
ASL continuing on as well. We're
October's
just now.
a super full month, just like September's been.
That's right. We have a lot of StarCraft. We're going into the round of 16 for ASL.
Yeah, that's right. Here we are in the round of 16 here, and then when we
Yes.
get back, we'll finish round of 16 GSL, and we'll also have ASL going.
And I believe this is going to be the only time we're going to have a StarCraft 1 and 2 tournament kind of synced up.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of harassment going on. Some nice micro on both sides for sure. Looks like the slight edge there given to Dream, since he does stop the CC from building momentarily. I tell you, a top 4 Terran probably wouldn't have let that happen. Maybe he's right.
Yeah, that's a little bit annoying losing that. This is like a little Reaper dogfight that we have here, where it's kind of fun to see who can actually come out on top.
Oh, and then the Hellion comes out.
Oh, and actually gets a kill on that Reaper.
This is the part where TY starts feeling good. He's like,
Yeah.
all right, that's what you get.
That's what you get.
He's like, I don't even rank you in the Terrans.
That's right.
I like that trash talk, though. That's really cool.
Well,
There
especially
needs to
when
be
you,
more trash talk.
when you get, I always love good banter.
Yeah.
I also appreciate when you have you really do have like the top 5 or the top 10, and they're actually all ranking each other. Because oftentimes I feel like their views on that are a lot better than anyone else you can ask, and it's also fun to think. Because a lot of times in my head, I'll take the number 1 Terran and the number 3 Terran and think, nah, they're so close, and then they'll have completely different opinions.
yeah,
or the player who I would view ranking them is ranked lower is actually much more confident, or at least much more willing to talk trash.
Well, I think Dream is really good right now. I feel like his TVP is super duper strong. I think his TBT is quite good. His TVZ is I think, his weakest, in my opinion. But I think he's got enough strength that he absolutely can come out of this group. But at the same time, like, TY, like you said, right, he's kind of a juggernaut of the group. He's just the best player, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's just supposed to advance 2-0.
And there's he was the leader in the group selection. Like, he's the one that got to decide
right
first and everything. And there's a reason he chose a Terran player. He's the best TVTer in the world.
Yeah, he's not going to have any problems in a TVT. I love him popping the tank away. This is going to clean up a lot of the infantry, and this is a really good exchange, to be honest. Now the Viking is going to chase this Liberator away. If he could just get the trajectory right, he might be able to keep doing damage, but he does not. The Liberator points a little bit further down.
That seemed pretty nice, though. I like what he did there.
Yeah, and he actually spots the starport, which is really important. There's actually a Raven coming out of that starport, so it would not be a bad idea to try to get some kind of an attack over in that area. Because if he can win a fight over here and stop the Raven production, just having more Ravens, especially in the early to mid game of a TVT, that's a real asset.
Oh, yeah. It's such an important unit.
That's like a special resource in of itself, just the spells that can be cast from it. And so this is a great play here by Dream. And I got to say, if there was a little victory like this that would push Dream ahead, this is one.
Absolutely. This was very, very good. Like, he forced a cancel on the Raven. It would be better, of course, if it pops out and gets to kill it, but that's still very, very good, right? You got to remake your starport at home and, you know, get that Raven out still, hopefully, as TY.
Absolutely. Now, there's a small push coming up here, as well as the Liberator that's parking itself inside the main base.
That's so nice.
So this has already been a back and forth game, blow after blow after blow. But I think TY might have overextended here. I mean, this is not a lot of Marines. It's only one tank. And it seems like there's definitely just more firepower here from Dream as he pushes back across the map.
Yeah, he definitely has more units and pushing TY back pretty quickly. Or TY hasn't lost too much as of yet. I think he'll be fine. I do like some of the harassment he's been doing here, though. Very nice. Picks off that Raven. Good play there. Continues to back up. Oh, look at that interesting siege. Just kind of denying some of the buildings that are being built.
Yeah, this is a great move here. Okay, so Dream is taking the fight now, and this is pretty good. He gets all the tanks, just Vikings that have to bounce back into the air.
Yeah, that didn't go so well for TY, actually.
It's not that often that you end up in a fight where, you know, 2 base versus 2 base, somebody really does push into the other player, especially a game that's gone on for this long. So this is pretty exciting, but I do have to ask myself, is this Dream overextending here?
That's a good question, but with the amount of Vikings he even end up killing here, I think that overall this was just good from Dream. I think you can't really look down on this at all. I think it was just not an overextension, to answer your question, Tasteless. Let me not overcomplicate this, as he did not overextend it.
This is great so far, that these guys are both having a close match. Now, Stim is going to finish a little bit more quickly for TY here. So it might be unwise for Dream to be doing anything too active on the map, especially when you're this low on everything. It's, you know, Stim will almost always allow you to win a fight you otherwise wouldn't win. Unless it's like siege tanks, sieged up. Even then, though, there's exceptions to that.
Well, it looks like he's going to go ahead and take his third. TY floating to his third at the same time as well. Slight air lead here for Dream, and no big surprise, of course, that proxy starport did get killed off, so he's missing the Raven that his opponent has. TY, though, staying on that Viking production.
Okay, Stim is now done here for Dream. And it doesn't look like this third base is going to get really denied here.
Nice.
But TY is keeping a lead in the Viking count. And we got to watch this pretty carefully here because tanks have been lost on both sides. Just now takes out a Raven there, too.
Vastly superior Viking micro there from TY.
Yeah, and he can actually try to come in here and maybe even snipe what's coming out of the starport. Or I guess he's going to land here and just take out an add-on. This is also completely appropriate.
Austin Browder was really right all along.
Yeah,
Look
this
at
is the moment where Browder gets his landed Vikings, then coming back.
That was a great move. It was a great move.
It actually happened in a StarCraft 2 Pro match.
Yeah.
It wasn't after the game was already won, and then, the Vikings came in because why not just put on more damage and win even more?
Oh, a very nice move there. Even just picking off the reactor and getting back out, he still retains that Viking lead.
Now again, you got to be careful. 2 more Vikings meet up in here. He could actually snipe this medevac if he wants. Again, the most important factor, besides being able to win an air fight when you have those Vikings, is actually that you have more vision. And your tanks can shoot further than they can see. And so getting into a spot like that where you might be able to get the first few siege tank shots off is huge.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. 4th base being taken here on location from Dream. Kind of like that. But it feels like TY, even though like TY is just slightly behind in supply and like not taking his base on location and some stuff like that, and in fact he's behind on upgrades a fair amount. I look at all that, but at the same time I feel like TY is in control of this game right now. He's been a bit forward with his tanks and Vikings. He's kind of held onto that well. I like that he already has his sensor tower up. He retreated at the proper time here. And I think as long as he sieges nicely, like as long as he's in position, which it looks like he definitely will be, I don't think Dream can like break him or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that I think Dream is definitely holding his own here. In fact, he looks really, really good.
He looks great, there's no question. But does he need to get out on the map? He's been sitting back. And we see him kind of rotating around. He started to walk out and then turned back around. But it feels like, especially with his 2-2 finishing up, that's going to be a great moment for him to try to take a bit of control of this game.
I think you're right. I think actually Dream definitely has opportunities here. I think it's one of the reasons why TY is hanging back for now. But this is probably going to continue to build up into an insanely epic TVT here, where they're both taking huge chunks of the map.
All right, well, that 2-2 is going to finish in 10 seconds here for Dream. Clearing out some rocks, going into the center.
And so now the question is where? Where do you want to try to hit? Is there a soft spot? Because what TY needs to do is just scoot his army to wherever that opposing army is going to be and be ready with siege mode or an arc that he can attack into. And I don't see it really happening just yet here. Dream's going to try to come through. But again, it just seems like anywhere he's going to walk into, it's definitely going to be a fight TY would be happy to take.
Absolutely. Like, I think it's very hard to move your army as one and do anything to TY. Because TY takes a generally slightly defensive stance in this matchup, generally speaking, right?
Yeah.
Like, the way TY plays, see, there's different TVT styles for tank marine. Like, we see a lot of Terran players play like Dream is, where their whole army is basically moving around. A lot of the time, what TY likes to do is to sit back somewhat defensively and send off smaller groups of, like, just Marine medevac to try to prod his opponent. So, to actually break him with this giant army, I don't think it's so easy.
Okay, Dream is looking for a fight over here, but again, I think TY cuts him off at the pass. When the siege tanks of Dream siege up, he just retreats back. And right now, Dream's not gaining any position. I mean, granted, Dream's actually had a slight macro lead throughout most of this game. It doesn't seem like it slowed TY down here. And this little infantry, actually pretty big infantry army that's been fractured off is going to come in here, and this could actually stop the CC from making. No. I stand corrected.
Like he is quick enough. We have sensor towers all over the place, so it's hard to really move anywhere without your opponent knowing about it, that's for sure. But that's the type of move that TY generally looks for in this matchup. Now, Dream taking that base on location, making another command center over at his 4th to take his 6th base, is really staying on top of his economy. I love it. His 3-3 is actually going to be finishing shortly after the 2-2 of TY, so he's barely going to be even on upgrades for any amount of time. Dream is playing an awesome game. This is a great TVT.
No, this is an excellent display of skill here from both sides. I do like that engagement there, though, by TY. He took out those Marines. Now he's going to dive on top of this base, taking out the sensor tower, and let's see if he can actually get the command center.
Yeah, I'm unsure if he's going to actually get it, but look at this move.
That move with the Vikings was so good. He knew that there would be a vacant area that those Vikings might be flying over, so he took the shots. He kills the CC. 3-3 is about to finish here for Dream, maybe giving him some counterplay.
So see, now Dream's making a bunch of CCs. That doesn't hurt him that much. But that kind of perfectly shows how TY plays TBT.
Yeah.
That move right there. He just kind of outmaneuvered him there for a moment. He sat back defensively, found a little hole, killed a command center. Bam. Done. Now it's time for mass command centers. Obviously, a lot of starports are going up. Probably going to see a bit of a switch into some heavier Sky Terran on both sides.
I like these little stray tanks we're seeing from TY every once in a while. Just one setup there. Okay, another attack comes in over here on this side. Now the tanks are here, but they're not in position.
They're not in siege mode. He just picked off like 3 of them.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising.
If you're not going to siege, why not?
he can, if he wants to, isolate this area in the upper left to try to take that command center position out now. Okay, this is big if he gets a kill on it, and I don't think that he will. Yeah, the SCVs are able to repair and take out, Marines could take out the medevac. So that was a great save there by TY.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dream trying to get some damage done there, but TY defending quite well. Loses 8 workers, doesn't matter, still over 70, doing fine. And now these Sky Terran armies going to start really butting into each other. The Liberators getting set up. Of course, when you see Liberators, you want to have more Vikings. If there's a lot of Vikings, the Ravens can come into play there with the armor shreds. This is it gets a bit complicated now.
Yeah, well, we're really getting the map cut in half here.
Yeah.
And this is most likely going to be a game that's going to come down to 1 or 2 bases and who can actually hold their side the longest. So all these little exchanges become much more complex. And this is really where StarCraft 2 gets insane as a game, is when you both have half the map. There are so many different positions you have to follow. You have to be able to preempt your opponent in so many different ways. You're trying to keep track of what you've killed and what you've lost as they're doing the same thing.
I got to say, like, I think this is going to be...
Oh, my God. This is bad right now for Dream. This was the moment we were looking for, is you know, a skirmish like this, and TY just completely dominates.
Yeah, he definitely had the upper hand right there.
That was a lot of supply hemorrhaged.
Yeah, his maneuvering and positioning is just fantastic, as always. But you know what? We're getting into that kind of late stage where they're both maxed out and they have so much that even if you lose that, it's not the end of the game, you know?
Right.
It's like he just lost a bunch of siege tanks, and he lost another command center. And honestly, it doesn't change the game all that much. A lot of this is going to be really big moves, positional plays, right? Like, who has more Vikings? How are we going to do that battle? And it looks like right now Dream on 17 Vikings against just 5 of TY. That's weird. What is... Okay. Oh, you know what? TY, I think, right now must be building, like, BCs or something.
Maybe, but for now, right now, TY's inside the main doing a ton of damage, and he might be able to take out the starport tech here.
Nice.
And this might allow him to tech into his own Sky Terran, maybe.
Yeah.
And take a lead in that way. I don't know for sure, but that seems to be...
Well, he's making something, man. Like, we don't have the production tab on, but...
It was very clear, too, that, you know, he wanted to eliminate starport tech.
It's a good move. Like, the Marines don't scale all that well when you get this big, right? Because siege tanks splatter them. And it's like, it turns into siege tanks, however many siege tanks you need so that ground is a non-factor. And then flying units. Sky Terran.
Yeah.
Hey, so TY is actually going more heavily into medevacs here. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to just try to drop in more locations.
Yeah, I wonder. Like,
it seems like a very different approach from what we're used to seeing here, but...
Well, he has quite a few Ravens. He's bringing some Thors along, too, so it's not so easy to snipe everything with your Vikings. And uses some disables there to clear a few tanks. And, I mean, moves like these are good. We can see that TY's bank is going up bigger than Dream's, and that shows that he's being cost-efficient. Thing is, they both have enough that they're going to be maxed for a long time, but as you see that bank increase, you definitely can look at that and say, okay, this is a slight advantage for TY.
This is a very cool approach here. He disables a tank so he can freely set up his own tanks. Yeah. And then he just starts to shell that position, and that's actually a lot of work for Dream to try to reclaim, but Dream so far not going to try to reclaim that. Wow, this attack on these tanks is huge.
Yeah, that is huge. He loses so many tanks there. My God.
And now Dream not really gaining any position. The command center's down. And that's probably the biggest blow of the game so far, is the destruction of that CC up there. Because it's actually pretty hard for Dream to get back up in there and reclaim it with ease. He has to really commit a lot down there, which should, kind of in the yin and yang of positions here, this should actually make his lower right side expansion vulnerable as well, you know? A lot of times in StarCraft 2, you set up one big attack, or a small attack even, and because they have to devote attention and resources into reclaiming that, you can then set up 2 or 3 more other attacks there, you know? And eventually it becomes almost like a combo of attacks that leads to the other player getting taken down. And so now we see he's going to try to shift attention over here to the bottom right, I guess bottom right as far as a red Terran goes, Dream here. But yeah, this is a real balancing act right now for Dream, who has to maintain growth as well as having defense. And he doesn't have any room for offense at all right now.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, this is so fascinating, seeing the way TY is playing this. I've never seen it played like this, where he's extra low on Vikings, but has those Thors in there and is really focusing on disables late game.
Yeah, he just disables as much as he can, and then I think he feels like he might have the burst damage on the ground. Does this actually work?
I think just barely not, but the thing is he cleared a lot of the Vikings.
Yeah, that was most of the game was building up to those Vikings, and now he's going to get battle cruisers.
Yeah, if you clear the Vikings, the battle cruisers become a lot better. If they have too many Vikings, then obviously the BCs can get just absolutely destroyed. This is a really cool game, and I just this kind of slightly different style from TY is unexpected, but fun.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting him to be incorporating more medevacs and drops like this, but I do like what he's doing with the Ravens. He's definitely able to take out these tanks pretty easily here.
All right, well, BCs versus Marines. It's fantastic. I mean, I guess he'll just be warping out of here when he needs.
Yeah. Does the damage he
really
can.
Efficient. Look at that.
Yeah, and those Marines are barely getting their shots off. This is so much infantry getting killed off.
Oh, he's got... Oh, now he's going to lose one. Or not, because the 2 Vikings are not attacking.
Okay, another attack in here from TY. And again, he's doing a great job of hitting these tanks. But very good by Dream here. A lot of disables on those tanks, but no Marines diving in to take them out. And again, I think we also got to point out where we have not really been spectating from. The bottom right map, part of the map, excuse me, TY has been mining there freely the entire game.
Pretty much.
He's slowing Dream down just a little bit. Now, if Dream can defend incredibly well and TY mines out and spends all his money, and Dream can still play the game from there, maybe Dream wins. But right now, this is definitely leaning towards TY.
Yeah. And I think the way that you can really look at that is just in their banks. I know it's kind of a weird thing because they're both maxed out. They both have all the upgrades and are making whatever units they want. But a lot of times in weird situations like this, you do have to look at it and be like, well, one of them's going to run out of stuff first, and that's going to be Dream as of right now.
Well, and if you have that much money banked up, then you can remake everything. It's counterintuitive to what people learn about when they start to play StarCraft, which is spend all your money.
Yeah.
But there's a point where you actually have everything and you can't spend anymore.
Yeah.
And then that's when you can usually look, assuming your opponent's in a similar position.
And split map TVTs are like this in Star 1 and Star 2, where, that's a great move right there. All right, comes in and actually disables them, but there's no anti-air. So
these tanks are going to be isolated. And I love what TY is doing positionally here to interfere with these Marines being able to come and meet up and save the day here. And so all these tanks are going to be taken out, right?
Oh, my God.
This is huge.
This is a great move from TY. Just no anti-air there, even though all of them get disabled. Like, there was a good amount of Ravens from Dream, but he doesn't have the follow-up.
And notice, everybody, that the supplies down here at the bottom. There's still plenty of gas and minerals in the bank for TY. Dreams has plummeted. He's at 143, and he can't pop back up to 200 easily. Where TY will do that in a few moments.
Yeah, just with whatever he wants, too.
I think that actually is the most definitive part of the game so far.
Yes, for sure.
Now there can be attention given to this base up here in the upper left, which is an orbital, by the way, which shows you how much fighting has gone on over there. Is the planetaries have been killed off so many times, he has his backup command centers float over there to try to soak up the resources. But for now, TY is looking to try to maybe get some kills over here on these tanks.
I like the idea, but, you know, like we were talking about before, tanks just kill Marines in the late game.
Yep.
The BC's coming in once again and really wreaking havoc on this base. Dream having a hard time keeping his economy together at this point. Okay, should jump. There we go.
Okay, perfect jump.
Yeah, really nice. And that's a great way to utilize your scans late game too. Like, you don't even want to use mules at this point in a TVT. Scans are worth way more than mules.
Okay, but now the BCs can come in over here. The Marines are going to be able to take out these tanks. BCs just south of the screenshot, excuse me. There they are. And this is a great attack on the other side of the map, and I think we're starting to see Dream get cornered here. He's been playing an insane TVT, by the way.
Yeah, this is his TVT, the way he played this game, can beat almost everyone in the world.
Yeah.
But TVT is showing, I mean, TY, his ID has the letter T in it. It's very hard.
Yes, it is not easy to
TY
cast it.
is showing his supreme mastery of maneuvering, of tactics, of strategy in this matchup.
Well,
he is the best TVTer there is.
And also, you know, insanely impressive is the fact that Dream did so well in the early game, but TY sort of knew how to navigate this complicated game, make the right steps, the right decisions, hit the right areas with the right units, and Dream is becoming more and more behind. Only just now is Dream getting close to maxing out, but look, already TY with 4K minerals, 3.3K gas. I mean, this is a pretty incredible moment here.
Yeah, he's really slaying.
And it does seem like this battlecruiser tech is the correct move here. It allowed him to take the lead that he needed to.
Well, the Viking count never got up big enough to actually fight this again, right? Like after he killed those Vikings.
And now he can come through here. He can kill off the Marines. He kills off the tanks.
Just kills everything.
And these battlecruisers they're not trading, guys. It's not like he kills some Marines but loses the BCs. Most of the BCs are staying alive.
Yeah.
So I think we're very close to GG here as TY has brought us to the tipping point of this game. Again, like you were saying throughout this game one, Artosis, TY's got the best TVT there is.
He does. He's really shown it here.
That's what casting will do to you, man. GG, TY wins it. And if I'm Dream, I'm intimidated right now.
Yeah,
I am thinking, oh man, that's one of those losses where you can feel that they have a better concept of the matchup at the highest level.
Yeah.
Like
well,
Dream was actually going toe-to-toe. There were some moments I thought, oh, maybe Dream's going to take a little bit of a lead here, and then TY just stayed cool.
Yeah, it never felt to me like Dream was in the lead, even when he was up 2 upgrades for most of the game.
Yeah.
Like, you could just tell that TY was outmaneuvering him. He's very patient. He knows how to play that game.
I wonder if we're going to have something cheesy here from Dream.
We might.
In game 2. A lot of times you can almost get this feeling when you watch a game where it's like, okay, so that was a great macro game, but you have to win 2 more games now or you're out.
And you're not going to do it like that, is Dream.
Yeah, so let's see what happens on Eternal Empire.
영광의 전투를 펼치자. GSL을 위하여. 아프리카 프린스 TY 전태영. 브레이브스타 게임 드림 조종혁.
Yeah, we'll see what Dream wants to try to pull off here.
Yeah, I do wonder. It just seems like it's especially that game 1, like, do you really want to try to play another game like that? Because TY really, well, hold on a second, because TY's actually hiding something on the map.
Second racks.
This is funny because I really thought this would have, you know, Dream would be in the driver's seat doing this.
Well, a second racks doesn't strike me as like that cheesy, right?
Well,
like I think he's probably just gonna make a few Reapers and try to catch him off guard, having like 2 more Reapers than he expected. you know, at
No,
like a funny time.
it's not like a move where you're all in. There's no turning back from here. No.
Yeah, yeah.
But-
And like if it's a factor out there, then suddenly you don't have siege tanks for a long time. It's a Rax. It's a second Rax.
But
So,
I was
yeah.
what I'm trying to get at is like I just thought we'd have something a little bit more cheeky coming from Dream. So it's cute to see the TYs
Yeah.
doing this.
I think you're right though. I think he will, but maybe not till after expand, right?
Like hide a starport somewhere.
Maybe, yeah. Like the thing is, this is even more of a macro map than Pillars, right? Like this
Yeah.
is the ultimate macro map where we
this
just
map
get
has
long games.
Our longest games.
So how are you going to
currently.
outmaneuver TY on this map? I think you're right. He has to do something.
Is Dream going to see this? Oh,
The true story of StarCraft 2 right there.
yeah. This is. I swear the SCV for a millisecond was in a blip of that vision. But
Almost.
So one thing about the Reapers is, just due to how fast the game's operating, if you can get in there and start to win a fight with the Reapers, and like you kill some of their Reapers, because the Reaper heals, it's just insane. Okay, nice grenade here.
Yeah, I
Keep in
like that
mind-
he's spraying the SCVs. Third Reaper he's going to need. And look at that. Yeah,
Oh
if he
my,
can
he's
get
so
the bunker
good.
up, it's so big.
Yeah,
I think Dream has actually stopped this, though, dead in his tracks.
Yeah.
Good defense. Really good
he
defense.
did a really good job.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, this can
Oh.
still tip the battle. Oh, man. Dream's doing a great job with control here. He really is. I don't think he's going to be able to kill that SCV before the CC finishes. Yeah, it finishes just now. And the rush has been halted.
Yeah, that was really good control from Dream. It looked at first like it was going very well for TY, but nice hold. If you get that bunker up, that would just be a travesty. You know?
Mm-hmm. So from here, things are going to calm down, I think, on both sides. I don't know if Dream is going to try to get some kind of a fight where he pushes back here. You know, TY has invested some money into Reapers, which really don't have utility the longer the game goes.
Yeah. They don't do too much after the first couple scuffles.
Yeah, TY does also have his own expansion up, but, you know, frankly, the army supply is much bigger for Dream, and he can probably keep it a little bit bigger. So maybe we have Dream attack out here. We did see some behavior like that already in Game 1 with Dream. Dream was very much okay with trying to take a fight on 2-base, which it's pretty rare right now in TVT, it seems like.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot more when Disable costs 50 mana. Because then you could just have like 2 Ravens and disable everything and go kill them.
Yep.
But nowadays it doesn't seem like it's anywhere near, you know, that crazy. Oh, you know what we might end up seeing here from Dream, actually? Maybe he's going to go mech. Maybe that's how he's going to switch it up.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, that would be, you know, because, I mean, Marine Tank against Marine Tank, TY showed just a better mastery, so.
Oh, is he going to try to elevator this? This is a cool idea.
Yeah, nice kill there with the Cyclone.
Oh, a little bit slow on the pickup here. You know, if he gets in here and gets position, especially with the Cyclone, this is one of those moments where you just suddenly die.
It might be one of those moments, actually. Look at this. Okay, he's having to bring all of his SCVs over, and he has taken a ton of damage there.
Yeah.
9 SCVs have fallen.
That was a big victory there for Dream.
That was nice. But there is a third command for TY, right? So he can get his SCV count back up.
He's going to come in here again for another attack. Again, you know, it's always this matter of if you're making this, you're not making that. And so, you know, having those Reapers that didn't do the job in that rush earlier gave Dream a real opening that we're seeing used right here to try to come in here and do some more damage. And even though only 2 more worker kills now, it's also delaying the mining. I mean, really, Dream's doing a great job here.
For sure. Another Cyclone coming up. Yep, there's a second fact. So it looks like we're going to have mech out of Dream. And, I mean, I really like mech in TVT still. It'll be interesting to see TY's approach, because TY is definitely a player that goes mech a fair amount. And I think he knows the ins and outs of mech. So to see exactly how he's going to want to play on this map against the mech army of Dream will be kind of interesting, right? Like, does he go for the tank heavy style? Does he go super bio heavy? Does he go just kind of do that leapfrogging strategy where you go up to Sky Terran extra quickly?
I'm curious because although the damage has been done to TY, and that's really good, obviously, for Dream, means he has a much better shot of winning here. when you go mech, you tend to get things started a little bit later on the map after that. Mech units take longer to get into high numbers. I mean, you can do stuff like we're seeing here with these Cyclones, but eventually Terran has enough Marines and medevacs that you can kind of fight back. And so I think the next few decisions here are going to have to be from TY. TY is going to have to land the CC, keep massing up, and of course identify that mech's actually coming here.
I think he has a pretty good idea already, based on the fact that there's Cyclones flying around. And yeah. Looks like he's going to get on top of these, and actually doesn't get them, just the Hellion. But going to land his third base.
And so now it's 3 factories, 2 making tanks, 1 making Hellions in pairs. And I do think we're probably going to have a pretty long game here.
Yeah, this map just tends to anyways, but in this type of situation, as long as Dream doesn't like throw an army away, it should go long, right?
Yeah, it seems like that. And a lot of this will come down also to just the way they engage each other. I mean, if you can stim and then dive into the tanks as they're sieging up and kill off a huge number and they don't get to do any damage, you're going to probably lose. Tanks are the big thing you're trying to build up to. But let's say the opposite happens and the tanks can siege up and then begin to splash damage down all the infantry.
Yeah.
That's what we want to watch for. The infantry army is always going to be more mobile, whether that's dropping or stimming and diving in. But the mech army is always going to have more damage if it can get into the position it needs to be.
Absolutely. It's, you know, when it's entrenched, you're going to have such a hard time against it, which is why some players like to do that leapfrogging up into Sky Terran right away as the bio player. Now, I like how TY is approaching this, right? We don't see him making siege tanks. He's going to stay super mobile, and if you're not going to make lots of siege tanks, there's only 2 ways to go. Sky Terran, or you start getting super duper aggressive trying to kill your opponent like MMA used to do.
Right.
That style is not TY style. Just going ham with Marine Medevac, right? That's like, your opponent does need to make mistakes for that to truly work.
Oh, look at this fake. It's empty. How often have we ever seen that? And the army's actually right over there?
That's cute.
By the way, the 4th is being taken at 12 o'clock. And yeah, this is cool. It's going to be a skipping of tanks entirely.
Well, he's maybe making 1 or 2, but...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There is actually 1 being made. But basically, he's going to probably try to vault ahead with tech here. I don't think there's many more tanks with the army anywhere.
Starts 2 fusion cores. I think that's overkill, but yeah, let's do it. Get up into that Sky Terran. TY just kind of controlling the map a little bit. He doesn't actually want to fight, but maybe Dream can identify what's occurring and get himself into a decent position. The thing is, TY is playing this beautifully. Notice how he has a group at 6 o'clock, and notice the group right above this. He is basically just mirroring what Dream's doing. If Dream walks forward, he walks back. If Dream walks back, he walks forward. And he's trying to force Dream to stay home. But Dream he's actually given himself a nice little timing attack here.
Yeah, he's having none of it. He's going to go straight up here. And he actually, this is probably the best location to hit, because if you get the 3rd, you're probably going to get the 4th for free. TY actually might lose this.
He could.
Yeah, he just sort of doesn't have anything over here. And that CC is lifted. Oh, no, and the army's getting fished out here, but TY looks like he was going to dive in, is instead going to pick up and then unload.
Ooh, I think this is going to work pretty well. Oh, he disables the tank on the low ground, another one on the high ground. This is a great move from TY, giving himself a shot here. More tanks coming up from Dream, but he's actually sieging too close to the edge and loses 2 of them before they even fire.
Oh my gosh, and this is just too much infantry damage. And this is what's so crazy is, again, Dream's army is stronger, but can it get up to the main here in time? Right now, TY is like over the beating heart of Dream's base.
Yeah.
Where the production is.
Tanks
come out, they go down.
Production, man. It's not good for him.
Yeah. And I think if TY can just hold out, this is going to be an incredible win. But Dream still has a chance. It's going to be hard, though. These factories are moments away from being completely destroyed.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to take too long for Dream to actually clear this area, and TY's dealing too much damage to him for it to take a long time. man. What a clutch move there from TY. Turning it into a base trade scenario, but here he goes. Dream, knowing he needs to make a move, pushes his tanks up, and, well, he kills a lot of TY's units, but that's fine, because TY is still trading efficiently over here.
Yeah, well, the medevacs over here with the infantry, they sort of, the symbiosis is just a little bit too strong. They can keep stimming, they can keep healing, and the numbers are getting smaller and smaller as Dream is desperately trying to defend a main that is almost not even here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you know, the damage from Dream is scary, but he's not stopped mining. And although TY has not entirely stopped mining, he has stopped production because there's no factories.
Yeah.
So this is a very unusual game here. And I think the small number of infantry that's going to slip through should be able to take out this third base, and I'm not sure what else they can get. I'm so surprised he's not just landing on that tank. I think Dream is a little bit frozen here. There's just one.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Okay,
They're kind of waiting for that.
Yeah. Okay,
All
but
right.
at that moment, he is going to stim over and try to pick off everything. It looks like that's going to be it. GG.
Wow. Okay, and that's why TY is the best TBT player in the world. That was it, because Dream was in a spot where, as he was hitting the third, I thought, oh, you're going to stop two bases from mining. But TY made the decision not to attack the natural, not to attack the third, to attack the main, and micro so hard that he ended up killing all the factories and everything else, the sparse amount of defense that was there. Mm-hmm. And it put Dream so far into the negative that even though TY was mining off of only one base where Dream was mining off of two, TY made enough infantry that he could then fight back the final part of that push and win the game.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really beautiful win there by TY.
Masterfully done.
Yeah, that's a player that knows the ins and outs, and that's why TY is #1 and Dream is probably number 5 or 6 still. I mean, I think that answers that question.
Ouch.
It's true.
The burns from Tasteless. Why do you hate Dream so much?
It's not hate. It's just a love for the truth, Artosis.
Oh.
All right, quick break. Up next, Armani vs. Zoun. Do not go away.